Hello everyone, my name is Yura. Welcome to your English Country English book to read today. Chrysanthemum and Caillou the school bus. Are you ready to read? Here we go. Caillou the school bus. Every morning, Caillou watched for a big yellow bus would drove up to the streets. He lots of children waiting for a bus. When he stopped outside Caillou's house, his friend Sarah got on. Caillou saw his friend Sarah get on the bus. She said hi to the driver. The driver looked at the nice man. How can Caillou to ride school bus? Caillou asked Daddy, when I go to Kansas school bus? Let's see, said Daddy, looking at the calendar. One more birthday, and you'll be old enough. That is such a long time. I want to go to the school bus now, explained Caillou. We can look at the bus even if you don't ride it yet, said Caillou. Let's go and see. The next morning, Caillou and Daddy waited for a school bus. The driver opened the door. Good morning, young man, he said to Caillou. The driver's name is Mr. Washington. This is Caillou, Daddy told him. Next year will be enough for school, but I want to be right now, said Caillou. Maybe you can try to put transit right tomorrow, said Mr. Washington. I asked my boss all of night. All day, Caillou wandered off if you get a ride on the school bus. He really hoped answer was yes. Caillou drew a picture describing the school bus, he explained. In the morning, Caillou and Daddy met Sarah waiting for the bus. She was surprised. Are you going on the school bus, Caillou? The bus drove up. Mr. Washington opened the door. Come along, young man, he said. We don't want to be late. Caillou went climb on the bus. Caillou sat right behind Mr. Washington, who gave a drawing he had made. Now isn't his that fine? Said Mr. Washington. I would tape in there purple so everyone can see it. And riding the big yellow school bus, it was lots of fun. And stop, start. The bus picked more and more the children. Then Mr. Washington drove off to school. And school, the children got up, all explained Caillou. Time to head home, said Mr. Washington. Caillou didn't want to ride at the school bus too, and it was having too much fun. But when he saw Daddy was waiting for him, Caillou was glad to see you home. Did you see me, Daddy? Daddy helped Caillou down and to hug him. I sure did, said Caillou. Did you remember to thank the driver? Caillou waved the bus and he pulled away. Thanks for a ride, Mr. Washington, he said. See you next year. The end. Wow, very good, Caillou the school bus. Wow. And Chrysanthemum. His name is Chrysanthemum. Very long name. The day she was born, a happy stare in the parents' lips. She's perfect, said the mommy. Absolutely, said the father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. Her name is must be everything she is, said the mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said the father. And it was Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew, and what that old and after is appearing chanted. Chrysanthemum loved her name. I love my name. She loved the way it sounded her mother her walk. She wasn't sounded Father called for a dinner. She lived and sounded like a whisper to himself of bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, 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 chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked and was written in ink for impulse. She loved the way he looked with intent with eating her birthday cake, and nudged away and looked at the wolf and himself with a flat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum tried the name absolutely perfect, and she started to school. On first day, Chrysanthemum wore study dress for the greatest time. Hooray! said Chrysanthemum, school! But when Miss Chilled called, everyone giggled off in the heart in Chrysanthemum's name. Why? Because Chrysanthemum's name is very, very, very long. Mr. Chud, don't Eve, Luz, L, Laz, K, Max, Sue, Bell, Pat, Tom, Sam, Kane, Joe, Ria, Victoria, Chrysanthemum. It was so long, said Joe. It's scary if he's on your name tag, said Ria, pointing your name after your grandfather. Said Victoria, you name after a flower. Chrysanthemum wailed. She did not think her name absolutely perfect. She thought absolutely dreadful. The rest day off not much better. And during nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud's Chrysanthemum's name spelled with 13 letters. There absolutely many letters there was in main alphabet, Victoria explained. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Mr. Chud. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said. And a student leaned up, go home. I wish I could draw Chrysanthemum exactly. Welcome home, said the mother. Welcome home, said the father. The school is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It's scary on my name tag. I have a name after a flower. Oh, pish, said the mother. Your name is beautiful, and precious, and plaintive, and Francis, and winsome, said the father. Everything you are, said the mother. Absolutely perfect, said the father. Chrysanthemum felt much better. My favorite lunch, and macaroni cheese with ketchup. At evening filled with Mom and Dad kiss and precious. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed her name is Jan. It's absolutely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore the most comfortable jumper. She was walking to school slowly she could. She dragged her feet mid-dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she whirred. She looked like a flower, Victoria said. As Chrysanthemum is in the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita, pointing. Let's smell her, said Joe. Chrysanthemum wheeled. She would think her name ends absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Her rest time all day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised hands and said, a chrysanthemum was a flower. He leaves the garden worms and water dirty things. Thank you for sharing with us, Victoria, said Mr. Chud. Now put your head down. I just couldn't believe your name, Victoria asked students like go home. Neither I can. I tried, Victoria. Chrysanthemum sadly. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place, Mommy, said Chrysanthemum. These that even look like a flower. I pretend ping me and smell me. Oh, push, said her mother. They're just so jealous. They're even a bragging and trusting and jealous, said her father. Will be no genius name like yours, said her mother. After all, it's absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a try better after Chrysanthemum's favorite dress and chocolate cake and buttered corn frosting and mother evening. Filled the hugs and kissed the presidents. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that Willie was as the chrysanthemum. She spilled the leaves and pratt. Victoria picked her leaves and placed on the leaf until there was nothing had a squirry lean, and with nothing only came Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum rolled without 7 pockets at the next morning. She landed the pockets with her present red pocket and the good luck worms. Chrysanthemum looked always possible at school. She stopped and started bury the flower. Chrysanthemum, 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 the flower seems to say. The next morning, she wasn't enacted the Twinkle, the magic teacher. The new was something, two wasn't dream, wasn't everything else about her. The students were speaking, and twice Mr. Twinkle absolutely were her. And they went out of their way make an important. Mr. Twinkle leaned students in scares. Then it starts to autumn class music. Victoria was seen of the dirty fancy queen. Joe was turned all the prom of Vixen musicer. Their Chrysanthemum was a chosen deity. Chrysanthemum, Daisy! Chrysanthemum was Daisy! Joria and Victoria cheered. Think about a really funny. Chrysanthemum wild, she did not her name is absolutely perfect. She wild absolutely dreadful. No humans, said Mr. Twinkle. Chrysanthemum, asked his answer. Her name is too long, said Joe. It's scary on the name tag, said Rhea, pointing. My name is Fairy of her name tag, said Rhea, pointing. My name after my grandfather, said Victoria. She named after a flower. My name is Long, said Mr. Twinkle. It is, said Joe. My name is Gary for the name tag, said Twinkle. It was, said Rhea, pointing. And, said Mr. Twinkle, my name is Flower too. You are, said Victoria. Yes, said Mr. Twinkle. My name is Tulipin. Tulipin Twinkle, the baby little girl is crossing Chrysanthemum as a name. I think absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum sat close evening to ears. He blushed, he blinked, she broomed, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum. Zoria and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum solemnly. Call me Macaroni, said Joe. I'm Chrysanthemum, said Rhea, pointing. My name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. And Chrysanthemum did not think her name absolutely perfect. She knew it. The end. Did you have fun? Readers English Country Come Bigger, Better book. And yours go in the book to the goodbye too. Chrysanthemum book goodbye too. And Chrysanthemum goodbye. And Rhea, Joe, and lots of children goodbye too. And Caillou, the school bus goodbye, and school bus goodbye, and Mr. Washington goodbye too. And this is Sarah goodbye, and Caillou Berry goodbye too. And you are very goodbye, and see you next time. See you tomorrow. Bye bye, friends.